Gbenga. Mr. Gbenga. Another beautiful morning to talk sport right here on Dominion Television, your channel of choice. This is Dominion Sports, and this wonderful morning we'll be taking you on a journey into the world of sport from the local front to the international scene, and also giving you the update from the big leagues across the world. The Premier League is in action this wonderful morning as West Ham take on Manchester United, Chelsea are going to take on Leeds United, and several games to look out for. Also, let me inform you that Wiki Tourist, yes, has said goodbye, and also the manager said he's going to resign from duty. All this and more on the show on Dominion Sport. I am Paul Abe Toluwanimi, and I'm not alone in the studio this wonderful morning. I have the expert analyst himself, Nuruddin Alimi. I call him Sir Nuruddin. Top of the morning to you, my brother, and how are you feeling?
I'm fine. Good morning, Toluwanimi. Good morning, Nigeria. It's nice to be back again. I see in your intro you're excited for the events happening. I said the Premier League is back this morning.
I just said the Premier League is back. Have I said so much now? Come.
It's nice to be back again, and the events from the weekend, we had the conclusion yesterday, and football is back today again. You're getting to the business end of the league, and games are coming thick and fast. We have Premier League games this weekend. This midweek tonight, we have other leagues too competing tonight, so it's going to be interesting, and I'm so excited to be here to talk about
definitely. Let's just start from the local front like we usually do on the show this wonderful morning. Now we got the report from Wiki Tourist. The manager, head coach Abdul Maikaba, has resigned as the club head coach, and in his letter he said, in a quote, "This is due to live threats and internal issues between the management and which has hindered the progress of the team's target." This morning we got the report. Let's look at, if we can have the start of where Wiki Tourists are, especially the result games, and also look at the table right there. But let's start with that. Looking at this, what returns for Wiki Tourists and also the manager having a trade. This is where Wiki Tourists are on the log of the table. They are 15 on point with 28 games to go. Looks like a battle of relegation still for Wiki Tourists. Let's look at the ton of games they've had, in recent times. It has not been a commendable ton on form right there for Wiki Tourists. We can have that displayed quickly. But before that, let's just talk about it quickly. For you, what has been happening with Wiki Tourists?
You just showed their position on the table. They have had turbulent times for them, and for the coach to come out this morning and say he has stress for his life, and all, it's so sad. For the state of the league, we've been complaining over the past few weeks for different things. A new week, new drama, new day, new drama, and it's so sad for a coach of a head team not having. It's just football.
It's football, yeah.
It's his job to put out the players to play the football match and prosecute games. It's not supposed to lead to live threats. If he's not getting the performance you want, it's a contract-based job. You can withdraw your contract and sanction him or get him off your job and bring in your man. It's not the right way, either from the fans or from the board or whoever instigated those attacks towards him that had to push him to resign and told the press that he's not going to move on with them. So it's sad for them. And as you can see on the board, they've lost to Plateau United.
Honestly, I think it's just more of massive draws than loss for
Yes,
them,
and
in the season with Abdul Mekaba.
yes, yesterday morning they completed the game they were playing on Sunday evening. They completed it it ended in a draw.
Yeah,
They led at some point in the game and they just couldn't hold on to the lead, and it ended in a 4-all draw, 8-goal thriller. Exciting for neutral fans, but not exactly what Wiki Tourists want at this moment. These are games they should win, because we saw on the table some moments ago, they are on 28 points. That is very poor. If you cannot get up, the last time they won was against Kano Pillars.
I agree.
And that was since the turn of the year.
Yeah, turn of the year, 25th of January.
They've not won a game. They've not won since Kano Pillars
it's
visited
been a massive
them.
struggle for Wiki Tourists.
It was going to happen at some point. Maybe the board was saying they were going to say they're going to part with him, but the way it ended between them is not the way we want football to go in the league or anywhere in the world.
All right, let's just hope that things get a turnaround for Wiki Tourists, and also, Abdul Mekaba will find a new job going forward in the NPFL or across other leagues in the world. Let's move away from that. Let's talk about Aruna Quadri. Yesterday, Aruna African chased ends in Libya. Aruna Quadri hope of reclaiming the ITTF African Cup came to an end at the Al Nassr Sport Cultural and Social Club in Beganzi, Libya on Monday after a Navy set 7, 11-9, 11-6, 8-11, 11-7, 8-11, 8-11 and 11-7 against the Algeria Amaidi Abulasa. The 5-time champion entered this year's competition with his eyes set on a 6th title after he was dethroned by internal rival Omar Sarr of Egypt in 2025. After breezing through the group phase and the round of 16, the quarterfinal, which ultimately secured the spot as this year's ITTF World Cup in Mocha, China, Aruna had 2 more orders to cross for another crowning moment, but they fell short in a frantic 7-set game against Algeria, losing 4-3. Let me inform you that the man Al Nassr also got that one in the locker as a crown champion, but not a good run of form. A good run of form, let me put it like that, because he was chasing 6, but at least he got a bronze medal from there. And from you, a step forward, and like I said again, when do we start grooming a new Aruna Quadri?
I think the governing body for tennis in Nigeria, table tennis in Nigeria, would have answers to your questions. But right now, it was a good one for him. He was able to secure a spot in the World Cup. That was the most important thing. Get to the semi-final stages and book your spot first, and let's see what happens. And he wasn't able to get past the Algerian. Ultimately, Assar is the best player in Africa
at this point in time. You can't take anything away from him.
You can't take anything away from him. And for the West African contingent in table tennis right now, the North Africans are actually gaining ground. For the women's side, the Godo got the victory in the women's, and she was also the one that followed Aruna Quadri to represent Africa in Doha about 2 weeks ago. So good win for him. He's gotten the bronze medal. He's booked his place with the World Cup. What happens next is preparations for the World Cup, and we are yet to see that from them.
So I want to ask you quickly, just with the mind. So we know that it's grassroots development right now. So, and I'm sure we have talent that can be raised at Aruna Quadri, because it's high time we stop speaking about this man. He has done his beat already 5 times. It was gone in for 6, but we need to start grooming. So how do we go out? What's the process like? Do we go to secondary school, primary school? What's the development? Do we need to have a system that captures and nurture talent like this to get a big guns like Aruna Quadri?
Yes, it was discovered from grassroots. He was developed into the world beater he is now, the big man he is now, and it started from somewhere. So we need, like you said, we need more youngins, we need young athletes. We have loads of them that have passion for this thing, and we need to structure our curriculum in a way that accommodates sports into learning, because it goes side by side. And go to our universities, go to our secondary schools, go to our primary schools. There are young athletes or young players that aspire to be on the world stage like this. And if you don't get to spot them early and get the necessary preparations for them to mold them into world champions, we'll miss the chance of getting people like Aruna Quadri again. He's been on the world stage for a very long time, for a long while now. Close to 15 or 16 years on the world stage. You had Aruna Quadri. It was Segun Toriola at some point. Now it's Aruna Quadri we are talking about. And apart from those 2 names, I'm struggling to find any big
any
name
big
for,
names that we
for
can-
table tennis,
yeah,
and that's worrisome. So we need to go back to the grassroots. We need to go to our secondary schools, our universities. Nuga games come up
Yeah, look
at different points in time, and I don't see players from those universities or from those games or from those meets transcend or move on to the next stage of representing the country on the big stage. So we need more and more of them, and it's going to give the country a good image and put us on the world map more.
Now, speaking of Haruna Kodjo quickly, last year I was speaking with Samson Balogun, and I said, we gave the report of him grooming his children. We saw pictures. He's now advancing his kids on his personal sponsorship. Now, most of them now, his kids are not even under the tutelage of Nigeria. They're under the tutelage of other countries. I think Belgium, I'm trying to remember the other name right now. I think for you, the right part, because if you can grow, definitely it's going to have a legacy.
Yes, he has to have a legacy, and for every man or every parent, most of them, we see them nowadays putting their kids to toe the path that brought them success. We see the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, putting their players in world-class academy. And yesterday we talked about the athletes that represented Nigeria in the athletic meets over the weekend. And we talked about most of them not being tutored or taken care of by the federation themselves. Like most of them, they privately train themselves, look for sponsors, look for insurances that would keep them fit and prim and proper for this meet and this competition. So for Haruna Kodri, he's looked at the country and seen that there is nobody or nobody trying to groom the players getting the right equipment and taking these players to competitions that will expose them to standards of practice. So
and I have my kids in my corner, why not?
Why not? And I have the money to prosecute that. And why would I leave my kids if I can't cater for the whole nation? At least for myself,
I should be able to do that.
I should be able to do so. It's a good one for him, but we need more. We need national inclusion in our sports, and we need better way of doing things.
All right, that's the update coming through from the ITTF, and definitely we'll be giving you more updates on the run in China with Haruna Kodri representing us on the big stage. And like I said, I think it's high time for us to go back to the secondary school games, the Nuga games, pick talent and nurture them properly. Have a system, have a growing system. Now, not just a system, have a growing system that works to help us nurture this talent together. Talking about talent is one man yet again. Enekwechi finishes 5th at the Madrid World Indoor Tour. We're talking about Chukwuebuka Enekwechi finished 5th at the Madrid World Indoor Tour after throwing 20.38 meters in the men's shot put against a world-class field. The Nigeria record holder had his own in a meet that saw several elite competitors produce early season big marks beyond the 21-meter barrier, underlining the growing intensity of the indoor circuit. American Jordan Gast dominated the event, equaling his world lead at 22.04 meters to claim victory, while Jamaica Campbell registered 21.94 meters for second place, and fellow American Roger Stern completed the podium with 21.88 meters. While the podium places were decided by the massive throws beyond the 21 meters, Enekwechi's performance signals positive progress as it builds towards the peak competitions later in the season. The Nigeria was competing against opponents already eating at least distance what was high quality early season encounter. It looks exciting time for him. He has to compete against the big guns right now. We're already eating past what he has been doing over the years. But I think it's a progress, a step in order for Chukwuebuka, one man we have been seeing over and over again. We go back to the pecking order. When are we going to see another talent like this wonderful young man?
This man wasn't groomed by the federation. He just came, he was patriotic enough to come back. And I could remember the role he had with the governing body in Nigeria during the Olympics about jerseys and sponsorship and all of that. And it's sad, but moving on for him, for his personal achievement and for the country at large, he's putting us on the map. Did well at the meet yesterday. And like you said, going into the major competitions that will happen later in the year is a very good one for him, and he knows what he has to do now. He knows he has to go back to the drawing board, he and his team, the coach, his fitness, his throws and all, everything that needs to make him better and better before the Olympics and all other great competitions that are coming this year. So good one for him and congratulations for his performance.
All right,
yesterday.
big congratulations to Chukwuebuka. We hope that more talent can be groomed going forward, and definitely we hope for the very best. Like I said, he has so much to look forward to, having to compete with top guns right there when it comes to shot put. Let's move away from that. Let's talk about the games popping up this wonderful weekend. But I want to be sure if we have the Chelsea fan available with us this wonderful morning. Chelsea fans are boarding up already and they're getting excited with what Liam Rossignol is doing with the squad this season. But I want to be sure, do we have the Chelsea fan available with us this wonderful morning? All right, let's move forward while we try to get them available. These are the games for tomorrow. We have for today, We have Chelsea against Leeds United. We have Everton against Bournemouth. We have Spurs against Newcastle. West Ham against Manchester United. Let's talk about the game tonight. Chelsea against Leeds United. What are your anticipations for that game? It looks like we have twin brothers now, because if they say if Manchester United is winning, Chelsea is winning. If Chelsea is losing, Manchester United is losing. And remember, there's one man that needs to cut his hair tonight. But we're going to talk about that. But it's Chelsea against Leeds United. For you, what's the game looking like? And an informed Leeds United side also. An informed Dominic Calvert-Lewin also in great form. And look at other players for Leeds United. Do you think it's going to be a battle for Liam Rossignol?
It's going to be a very good game, and expect goals and loads of fireworks in the game. Cole Palmer is back. He's banging in goals.
Beautiful.
He's in top form right now. Teams don't want to face him, and Chelsea fans are happy. Liam Rossignol has only lost to Arsenal twice in the Carabao Cup. They have good times in the Premier League, and they've been consistent for the past 4 or 5 games in the Premier League, so good one for him. And against Leeds United, I think they will be too strong for Leeds. Leeds are in form as well. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, like you mentioned, is banging in the goals. Okafor is helping him. The guys in the midfield are doing they're putting in the shift, and the coach, I've forgotten his name now, is getting the things right for Leeds, and is leading the charge right. So for Chelsea tonight, they know what they have to do. They're chasing top 4. They are 1 point behind Manchester United right now. That's the 4th team on the log. And if they win temporarily before the United game, they'll be in the top 4. So that's enough motivation for Chelsea and the fans. So it's at Stamford Bridge again. Expect loads of fireworks from the game.
Loads of fireworks. Let's talk about Everton against Bournemouth for you. A game that both teams need all 3 points. What do you think needs it more?
Everton need the points more. Bournemouth have a resurgence of late. They've been able, in the last game, they came back from behind to draw the game 1-1. But Everton need the points more now. They are falling down the pecking order on the David Moyes and his boys. He has his players back. Ndiaye is back. Grealish is still out. The strike force needs more potency. Pickford is saving them once or twice, and they need to put in more shifts against teams like Bournemouth, who are very exciting in front of goal. They need to sit back and hit them on the counter if they have the chance, and convert their chances well. So for Everton tonight, they need the 3 points, but Bournemouth will be licking their lips and say, okay, it's Everton. They are almost in the relegation battle. We need to get these points and move back into the top half of the table. So it's going to be an exciting one as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
Let's talk about 2 managers who looks like it's high time. If you don't get the result, it's either you resign or we let you go. Now we're talking about Thomas Frank and Eddie Howe. Now, and 2 teams do it fine in Europe, but it's struggle times for them in the Premier League. Let's talk about this game. Spurs lost to Manchester United. Newcastle also massive struggle for them. For you, looking at this game, goals, 3 points, was getting it more.
I think it's supposed to be an exciting match. Yes, it's Spurs against Newcastle. Both have attacking players off the pitch. They have great managers, but it hasn't worked well for them on the local scene, like you mentioned this season. They've had European triumphs. Both of them qualified automatically for the next round of the Champions League, waiting for the completion of the playoffs. But in the league, they seem to struggle. Spurs, I think, have lost. Bad the City game, they came back to draw 2-2. They've not won in about 3 or 4 games right now. So they lost to United during the weekend again. A team they've not lost to in a while. They got the red card in the game for Cristiano Romero, and that's going to be very worrisome for them, because Dragushin, I don't think, is as experienced and qualified as Romero to be in the center of the defense. For Newcastle, they've been offing and puffing. Watermade, Visa, Joelinton, and the likes. Bruno Guimaraes. They're not getting it right. Anthony Gordon, yes, he puts in 1 or 2 goals, but still they've not been able to get over the finish line most times. So it's worrying time for both of them. Who is going to get it? Who wants it more is the question they have to answer this night. And I just that's
On your deep breath, let's just come back to the comment section and let me see how you feel about this game quickly. And you know, who wants it more? Do you want more? Definitely, we have the sum of 5,000 naira for you to win today on the Premier League scoreboard. So why not drop your predictions? It's going to be Chelsea against Leeds United, Everton against Bournemouth, Spurs against Newcastle, West Ham against Manchester United. Now, if you get two of the correct predictions correctly, you walk home with a sum of 5,000 naira. So when you're dropping your comments, make sure you use the hashtag Dominion Sports. Make sure you use the hashtag Dominion Sports. So when you're dropping your comments, make sure you use the hashtag Dominion Sports. You drop your predictions at any of these two games, you stand a chance to win a sum of 5,000 naira. So why not tell the friend to tell a friend that you can be part of winning right here today on the show. Let's talk about the game where one man loves to play against his former team. He played against Tottenham Hotspur. He's going to play against West Ham United, where he played his trained as a young boy. Yeah, it is. He loves to face his former team. Let's talk about that one for Michael Carrick tonight. Is it possible? Do you see, the West Ham manager defeat Michael Carrick? It's 4 games and 4. He needs 5 to be in 5, and exciting time for Manchester United. West Ham, can they stop him from doing that?
West Ham can stop them.
Yeah,
yes, it's football.
It's football.
For me, this is the banana peel of the games for Michael Carrick.
I thought it was a game against Fulham.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a game against Fulham. They were definitely going to get over the line. It's at Old Trafford, and coming up from the back of 2 victories against City and Arsenal, I didn't see them dropping points against Fulham. They were able to galvanize themselves and get that. And for me, this game is the game they go in as the favourites. Against Spurs, they were the underdogs because they've not lost to Spurs in a while. Everybody thought maybe he's going to get a draw. They're going to keep them. But this game now is going to be a very tough one for Michael Carrick. United lost to West Ham 2-0 the last time they visited the London Stadium. And they'll be looking to turn things around this time around. For Carrick, he's stuck to his guns. He's not changed the side that started the game.
Waiting for him.
Apart from Dogu that got injured in the game after the game against Arsenal, he brought in Konya, and he's just stuck to the same starting 11 for the past 4 games, bar 1 or 2 changes, like I said. So he has his job cut out for him. The players are in high spirits right now. They want to push. For them, Spurs, Aston Villa dropped points over the weekend, and they're looking at Villa now and say, okay, we are 3 points away from third position.
From Villa, so definitely
it's something for them. And Chelsea is breathing down their neck, 1 point away. These are games they have to win if they want to qualify. And this has been the problem for Ruben Amorim and United and the past managers. These are games they need to cement their positions, and they seem to fall short over the years. But this time around, they look like they have something going on for them, and tonight again they will have to answer the question from the fans: are they ready to move to the next stage of their rebuild process from Sir Alex Ferguson's period? Let's see what happens, and I expect United to win, but for me it's a banana peel for Michael Carrick, and they need to hold the game from the score for the next.
I want to ask you your prediction. Let me put you on the spot now. Do you think Manchester United will win this game?
I think they should win. I think
no, so so give me your predictions.
My prediction: United will win maybe by 2-1.
2-1, definitely. All right, you can also do that. And just Manchester United fans watching me right now, what are your predictions? You think Manchester United, Michael Carrick will have 5-5 right there tonight against West Ham?
Content creator
honestly, I think Manchester United fans just need a content creator right now with the whole full air, just to have that air cut down and down. Okay, let's look at the table quickly. Let's look at what the table is saying, and definitely we'll be talking about other games tomorrow. Arsenal are leading. It's just 6 points behind Manchester City. Aston Villa on 3rd point, struggle time for Aston Villa. It has not been ticking for them. Manchester United look like a team in form, just like Nuruddin said. If Chelsea win their game in the early kickoff for today's game, they'll climb up against Manchester United. Manchester United will be looking at to win that game and also get back to winning ways. Yeah, you have Liverpool, you have Brentford, you have Everton, you have Sunderland, you have Fulham, you have Bournemouth, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, you have Brighton of Albion, Spurs, struggling Spurs, Leeds United. Also, a win tonight would help them, step up against Spurs and Brighton of Albion. Look at Nottingham Forest. West Ham needs a win also tonight to see them climb up top, Nottingham Forest, you have Burnley, and you have Wolverhampton Wanderers, which we can say relegated already, but not yet confirmed, but it looks like a team were relegated. Let's talk about the table quickly before we move on to other leagues in the world.
Yes, we were not able to talk about it yesterday because loads of but the game against Liverpool and City at Anfield on Sunday was an exciting watch, beautifully from Zobo's line. Got a red card in. I was controversial. I don't understand the rules and all. They should have just allowed the goal to move and all. But for City now, they are 6 points behind us now. They are pushing us now to the end. They are saying, hey guys, we are behind you. Villa seems to have dropped out of the race right now. They are 3 points behind City right now, and United are 3 points away from them. If United win tonight, which is likely, Villa will drop behind Chelsea. If Chelsea win tonight as well, there will just be a point behind. United have a better goal difference than Villa right now, and that would improve if they win. That would put them ahead of Villa. So that's worrying times for them. So for Chelsea, if they win tonight, they had the victory in the weekend. Kopama, a hat-trick against Wolves. First half hat-trick against Wolves. That was beautiful to watch. It pushed them to 43 points, 1 point behind top 4. Is it going to be 5 teams from Champions League this next season? We are yet to decide that. We are yet to know that. At the end of the season, we will know that. But Liverpool seem to be dropping out. They were ahead of United and Chelsea before. They lost at Anfield again. They've lost. This is like the 8th or 9th game they've lost in the Premier League this season. Worrying time for Ancelotti. Is he going to bounce back? Are they going to get him off the job? These are questions he has to answer. Brentford still in the mix. Thiago is still banging in goals. They defeated Crystal Palace, Newcastle away from home. 3 goals to 2. Let's go from them. Thiago got a goal in the game, a penalty. He seems to be pushing Brentford for European, maybe a Conference League or Europa League ticket. We have to see that. Everton, they don't look strong right now. Their goal difference is on 0 now. They're banging in
just 1 point.
Just 1 point about Sunderland. Sunderland lost to Arsenal 3-0 on Saturday. Fulham, they're not looking like they are serious right now, but they are in and around the mix. Bournemouth, with the games they've got recently, they got a 1-1 draw against Crystal Palace. I think they got a 1-1 draw
against Fulham. Yes,
Fulham during the weekend. So Bournemouth, Castle. Crystal Palace got
a win against
Brighton away from home on Sunday. It was almost a dead rubber game, but both teams tried to get the points, and they need for Crystal Palace now. The manager is leaving at the end of the season. They don't know what's happening with the players. They got in the man from Wolves, Strand Larsen, to lead the attack. He seems to be doing the job month or two for them, so they got the first victory in a while for them. It's pushed them to 32 points. They won 29, but they pushed them to 32 points, and they're looking at the guys ahead of them now and say, okay, if we get 3 more points from the next home game, maybe it's going to push them to 35 points and push them into the top half of the table. For Spurs, worrying times for them. They lost again during the weekend. They've not been able to get the win in the Premier League. The Champions League is not until next week, and they're not even playing it because they qualified, so they have to wait. It's worrying times for them, and they have time to relax and check this round. For Leeds United, they are playing Chelsea tonight at Stamford Bridge. Is Kopama going to run through them and do the Iceman celebration again? We are going to have questions to that tomorrow. Nottingham Forest, they are in and around the relegation battle. West Ham, they are playing United tonight. They look like a team that can disorientate Manchester United, because they've done it before. They did last season, like I said, 2-0 to United lost to West Ham at the London Stadium, and they've won United once this season when Ruben Amorim was in charge. Can they do the double over United this season? That's a very big one for them, and it's going to be helpful for their relegation battle woes, because if they get the maximum points today, it's going to push them out of the relegation battle, at least for now. And for Burnley and Wolves, it looks settled for both teams right now. We're going to see
definitely we're going to see what happens between the relegation battles, because it's going to be a big fight. Because of our time swiftly, let's just look at all that leagues that we'll wrap it up on the show. There you have it, Inter Milan and topping, AC Milan also in the spray of things right there. 50 points, you have Napoli, you have the whole list of Turin Juventus. Malen got a brace in that game for Roma yesterday. Como still in charge. Atlanta got a win, 2-1 Lazio. Udinese, Bologna, Sassuolo, Cagliari, Torino, Parma, Girona, Cremonese, Lecce, Fiorentina, Pisa, and Verona. Those are the teams in the match week 24 were sitting right there. Let's take a look at the La Liga swiftly because of what let's see what's happening in La Liga. Fantastic game is still 1 point behind these two teams. Let's take the order quickly.
Mbappe sealed the victory for Madrid on Sunday after Barcelona won on Saturday. So it's just neck and neck again. Maybe the Clasico is going to decide who wins.
I was about saying that maybe the Clasico will decide who wins
the league, but they see Atletico Madrid in the mix. Yes, they couldn't get
against Real Betis. Real Betis you won at the Copa del Rey.
Yes, Ademola Lookman got a goal in the game, but it got chalked off for infringements leading up to the goal, and they couldn't do the double in 3 days against Real Betis.
Anthony got a goal for Real Betis.
Yes, a very beautiful goal, and it was just when you play teams back to back. I feel you have to drop points at some point or drop, so you have to pick the ones you win. If a team keeps playing a team back to back, maybe playing the League Cup, playing the league the following time, you have to lose one or drop points at some point. So I think that's what happened against Real Betis, and for Atletico Madrid, they are off the title charge.
Yeah, the title charge. I'm not sure if they're in that frame right now.
I'm not sure. I
think it's just a ticket for the Champions League.
And I think they will get it. It's just they're the chasing pack for Tico, Villarreal, and Real Betis. So it's exciting times in the La Liga as well. But we all know it's still between the two big guys, Barcelona and Real Madrid.
All right, that's the update coming through from La Liga, the Serie A, and the Premier League. Once again, if you can just have the fixtures for the Premier League, so I can run the predictions. For those of us that want to win the sum of 5,000 naira on the show. Thank you so much, my producer. There you have it: Chelsea against Leeds United. It's going to be Chelsea against Leeds United. It's going to be West Ham against. It's going to be West Ham against Manchester United. It's going to be Spurs against Newcastle and Everton against Bournemouth. Those are the fixtures that you need to predict correctly, and you stand a chance to win the sum of 5,000 naira on the show. Make sure you use the hashtag Dominion Sport. Dominion Sport should be your hashtag for you to win on the show this wonderful morning. And that's where we call it a wrap on the show right here on Dominion Sport. I want to say a big thank you to the producer, everyone that watched the show this wonderful morning. Tomorrow's going to be an exciting time. We're talking about the Davis Cup, and like I said, we hope to have our guest who is an expert when it comes to the world of tennis join us on the show. She's a female, and definitely we are working towards bringing her on the show right here. So definitely would have that one come up tomorrow. I want to say a big thank you once again to the producer and to the current one that joins on the show. Nuruddin, one word before you go.
Keep doing sports.
Definitely keep doing sports should be the word you'll be living with. Till next time tomorrow, stay blessed, stay safe. I bid to the one of me, and bye for now.